Hi, my name is EJ Massa. Famous pitmaster Harry Sue had a video where he took a low-quality Walmart brisket and he did everything he could to make it a delicious meal. He injected it with a special concoction, he put his famous rub on it, and he made a juice boat out of foil for it. All sorts of things to make this subpar piece of meat into a delicious feast. Well, I'm not Harry Sue. I don't even own a hat. Hey, he pulls it off. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to take a Walmart brisket and I'm going to do the bare minimum to make it delicious, or at least decent. So we'll see how it goes. Lazy Walmart brisket. I found this brisket at my local Walmart. Weirdly enough, Walmart's the only place around here in New England where I can get a whole packer brisket. Usually if you go to the grocery store, they don't even have brisket. And if they do, they just have pieces of the flat. Not even the whole flat, just pieces. To get a whole packer brisket, I have to do a special order with my local butcher, and they can prepare one for me. But if I want one in a hurry, Walmart's the only place I can do it. My choice is this. Walmart brisket. Just a reminder, the most common grades in a U.S. supermarket are Select, which is the lowest quality meat. You got Choice, which is a little bit higher. And then you got Prime, which is nice and juicy and tender. That's the best quality usually you can find in a store. Walmart doesn't say what grade this is, so it's probably Select. Or Select minus. Now, normally a professional pitmaster would trim some of that fat and silver skin and remove the decal, but I'm not going to do any of that. Hopefully, the barbecue police doesn't come and arrest me. Uh-oh, here they are. They're coming to put me in jail forever. Not because of my other crimes, but because of barbecue. I'm just gonna season it, but I'm not gonna use like a secret special blend of spices. I'm gonna use a half cup of pepper and a half cup of kosher salt and mix it together. This combination is called the Dalmatian rub. Get it? Dalmatian rub? Actually, I don't get it. I don't get it. Is pepper made out of dogs? I put it in a mason jar because I suspect I won't use the whole rub. I started sprinkling the rub onto the brisket, and I'm not doing a specific amount or anything, I'm just eyeballing it and generously coating it. That looks good enough for me, and I'll put it in the fridge to dry brine overnight. Since I won't be using any injections, dry brining is the least I can do to help the meat retain moisture, and the salt penetrates deep down in the meat and helps improve the flavor. I'll be using the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill today because it's so brain-dead easy to use, and it can maintain the same temperature for hours on end in the cold New England weather we're currently experiencing. This is supposed to be a lazy brisket. I don't want to be out there every hour fiddling with the vents. Turn on the Snapjet, let the charcoal light for 10 minutes, add some hickory wood chunks, the deflector plate, the grill grate and probe, set the bottom vent to the smoke setting, close the lid, and let the grill come up to temperature, which is around 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I'll close the upper vent to around 1/4 open. It was a weird, humid, but cold day, so the smoke was extra thick. Thick. Speaking of thick, my brisket has a nice red color from that dry brine. Even though it's not trimmed, I think it looks beautiful. Added the brisket to the grill and then I'm gonna let it cook until it's done. I put on a stopwatch to see how long it takes. Remember, we're trying to see what laziness gets me. I'm not gonna micromanage it. I'm not gonna mop it. I'm not gonna make a tinfoil juice boat or wrap it. No butcher paper, no nothing. I'm not even gonna peek at it until it's done. Except that's a lie because 3 hours and 40 minutes into the cook, I thought the brisket was lonely. Yup, look how lonely it looks. You can tell it needs a friend. See? So I added a rack of baby back ribs. There, much better. After about 2 hours, I took the ribs off and wrapped them with some honey and some oh wait. This is a video about lazy brisket, and here I am painstakingly making ribs. Damn you, ribs! This happens every time. 10 hours later, and the internal temperature is 195 degrees Fahrenheit, and the brisket was probe tender when I checked it. Oh wow, look at that. Great color, wonderful bark. Looks like a lovely meat shoe. I'd wear that meat shoe. in my belly. I cut off the tip because that's usually pretty dry. Nice smoke ring, but the flat doesn't look particularly juicy. But it is fall apart tender. Separated the flat from the point and cut the point in half. This is what I'm supposed to do as a YouTuber, right? Squish it and make the juices run onto the cutting board. The cutting board can enjoy those juices. It worked hard. I sure didn't. Excellent smoke ring on that point, by the way. Now to see what my hard work accomplished. I'm gonna taste that. Very smoky. I love the bark on this. The bark on this is really good. It's a little dry. I've made juicier flats before, but considering it's Walmart and I did nothing to it, that's pretty good. It's like a 6.5. Now the point, much better. It's juicy, it's tender, the flavor is great. The bark is amazing. Weirdly not as smoky as the flat, which I don't know, I had mixed feelings about. Sometimes I like toned down smokiness and other times I like amped up smokiness. So Harry Sue, he did all he could and he said that he got his Walmart brisket up to an 8, I think. He said up to an 8, doing all he can. I did absolutely nothing and I think I achieved an EJ7. I don't know what the conversion scale from an EJ7 is to a Harry Sue 8. I'm sure it's very not equivalent, but that is what I think. I would serve this to my family and they would think it was the best. So I say that's a success and I didn't have to do much for it. Thanks, Walmart. Truly was a great value. The best part is the next day where I made a brisket sandwich by tossing a few pieces of the flat in the point with Sweet Baby Ray's, apple cider vinegar, and Texas Pete sriracha. Serve it on a Martin's potato roll and you are in sandwich heaven. So freaking delicious. And by the way, since I know you're curious, the ribs turned out fantastic too. So I would say the experiment was a success as I didn't have to do much and it was a pretty decent brisket. I think brisket can be intimidating for some people. You know, you see everybody on YouTube trimming and doing all sorts of things and you might get scared, but I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do much and it can be pretty good. If you're a beginner, try it out, but with the one recommendation that if you can get access to better quality meat, do so, at least do Choice. My local butcher carries Choice brisket, and it's really more like Choice Plus brisket, and it's in that sweet spot between quality and price, because you can't always buy a Wagyu brisket. You can't eat Wagyu brisket every day. But please like, comment, and subscribe, and donate to the Patreon so that I can eat Wagyu brisket every day. Do it. And if I did get my hands on Walmart brisket again, I would trim it a little bit and I'd make an injection for it, especially for that flat. Okay, so it wasn't Harry Sue level good, but some brisket is better than no brisket. And ribs on the side can't hurt either. That's a proverb I live by, and I'm sticking to it. Until next time, bye.